Hi everyone, so in this video I will be talking about the problems I have with the cartoon community. Okay, so before I get started with this video, I do want to make some things clear. Please note the disclaimer that is in the description to this video. And also, I'm not gonna give every single example for every single problem I point out in this video, because if I do that, I think the video would take way too long. It would just be me, like, dragging out and whatnot, so I'll try not to give too many examples. Okay, so I've been watching videos, I've been watching videos in the cartoon community for a while now, like over 2 years, since like 2017, and don't get me wrong, I don't think the cartoon community is bad as a whole. Like, there are I've seen some really good YouTubers, such as RebelTaxi, Jem Reviews, Bum94, PhantomStrider, and Saberspark, and some other good cartoon YouTubers. I think cartoon YouTubers like those are enjoyable, even though their opinions can be bad at times, but hey, I don't expect, like, YouTubers' opinions to be 100% accurate to mine, because even though I am really biased, I think that's being a bit too biased. But anyway, there are some problems I have with the cartoon community. Okay, I'm gonna start off with this one. How hypocritical, like, okay, I'm gonna start off with the mean-spirited excuse. Okay, so I've seen a bunch of worst episodes of Good Cartoons videos, and all of them have, like, the content creator or creators or narrator or whoever, like, acting like a total softie and complaining about a certain episode for being mean-spirited. Like, I think the mean-spirited excuse in the cartoon community is really overused and is also, like, really hypocritical. Now, how is this hypocritical, you might ask? Well, it's hypocritical because they just let Looney Tunes get off the hook for being mean-spirited when that literally has attempted murder and attempted cannibalism in it. Like, come on. Like, come on. And they go after, like, less mean-spirited... They go after, like, cartoons that are less mean-spirited than Looney Tunes for being mean-spirited. It's ridiculous. Okay, here's one example of this. If I give each and every single example of this, it would take way too long. So I'm going to give one example of how bad this is. Okay, so a lot of people hate the Ed and Eddie episode, Sorry Wrong Ed, because, like, that episode involves Double D being a jerk to Eddie, laughing at Eddie's misery. Every time a cursed cell phone rings, like, because every time a cursed cell phone rings, like, Eddie goes through some really rough stuff. And yeah, like, Double D acted out of character in that episode, and he was, like, enjoying Eddie's misery, and yeah, people did not like that about the episode, and that's why the episode gets hate, because it's mean-spirited. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, one, of course, it shouldn't matter to you. Well, it shouldn't matter to you. Like, no offense, but it shouldn't matter to you since you let Looney Tunes get off the hook for being more mean-spirited. And also, maybe Double D wanted to get revenge on Eddie, because Eddie is a pretty big jerk in the show. I'm not criticizing Eddie because I really like Eddie. He's my favorite character in Ed at Night. But still, maybe Double D wanted to get revenge on Eddie because Eddie is a pretty big jerk. Like, Eddie's a pretty big jerk. Yes, they are friends, but still, like, it's realistic for friends to, like, not always, like, it's realistic to friends to not always get along. Yeah, like, Eddie's a jerk. Eddie's a jerk. Like, Eddie manipulates Double D. He's a jerk to other characters in the show. I'm not criticizing him since he's my favorite character, but still. Like, maybe Double D wanted to get revenge on Eddie for, like, the mean stuff he did in previous episodes. The hate for that episode is just ridiculous. Oh, and by the way, Megadoob TV brought up a very good point on this in his review on this one cartoon YouTuber named Jem Reviews. Oh, leave a link in the description below. It's a re-upload because Megadoob TV stopped doing those kind of videos a while ago, like over a year and a half ago, so I'll link a re-upload in the description below if you want to check that out. But, okay, I'm not saying that the mean-spirited excuse is bad as a whole. I'm not saying it's invalid as a whole. Like, when a cartoon is, like, being, like, racist or sexist or doing suicide, like, if a cartoon is being racist or sexist, you're doing suicide or really bad stuff like that, then yeah, that's excusable. But when a cartoon is being less mean-spirited than Looney Tunes, then yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. But a good example, I think a good example of how the mean-spirited excuse can be like, used in a valid way is that like many people hate this one SpongeBob SquarePants episode, One Course Meal, and the episode gets a lot of hate because that episode involves Mr. Krabs pranking Mr. Krabs pranking Plankton so hard to the point where Plankton lies down on the street, attempts suicide, and waits for a vehicle to run him over so that he can die. And Mr. Krabs really enjoys that. So yeah, a lot of people don't like the episode because of that suicide thing, and that's pretty understandable. This is very understandable. There's nothing wrong with people hating that episode because of that. That's pretty understandable. Because suicide is not something you should joke about. Yeah, so that's pretty fair hate. Yeah. But still, the mean-spirited excuse, like, from what I've seen and heard, it's usually used in a really overused and hypocritical way, and I think I've, like, kind of dragged it on for, like, a bit too long in this video, so I'm going to move on to my next point. Okay, bad opinions, aside from the mean-spirited thing. Okay, so there are cartoon shows that I think get way too much praise, like that I think are really overrated and get like way too much praise, while there are like other cartoon shows that I think are really underrated and just get too much hate. Yes, I know I'm being really biased, but still. Like a good example, one example of people liking a cartoon that I think is like gets way too much praise. Okay, My Little Pony. My Little Pony is my least favorite franchise, but grown men really love it for some reason. I don't know. They really love it. They think it's a masterpiece, and I don't understand why. Why? I can understand girls, like maybe even like older females, but come on. Why? Why grown men? Why? And one example of cartoons that I think get way too much hate. Okay, so there's this one show titled The Looney Tunes Show, which is one of those Looney Tunes reboot shows, and I think it is really good and really underrated. But a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like it, and I think it's like really underrated. I think it's even better than the original Looney Tunes. I do really like the original Looney Tunes, and I do think that the original Looney Tunes is possibly funnier with its slapstick, but still, I prefer the Looney Tunes show. And it bugs me how the Looney Tunes show gets a lot more hate than Baby Looney Tunes, when I think that show is really overrated and really annoying. Like, really annoying. So yeah, and another problem I have. Fan bases. Okay, I think this one might be the most agreeable to, like, most people, because I know a lot of people don't like fan bases, and I can completely understand why. Like, fan bases are pretty crazy. Like, fan bases, I think, can be cringeworthy. Even if it's based on a show I really care about a lot. So, yeah, that's pretty understandable hate. Like, the My Little Pony fan base, I think, is really cringy, and the Teen Titans fan base is out of control. Like, okay, like, they hate Teen Titans Go so much to the point that they want to get people working on the show to commit suicide, all because they work for Teen Titans Go. Come on! They're just doing their jobs. Okay, now, let me be clear. I do really like the original Teen Titans, and I hate Teen Titans Go, but still, let them do their job. Let them do their jobs. They're doing their jobs, and they're doing them fine. Stop. Just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. I mean, yes, I'm not saying that you should like Teen Titans Go, because I hate Teen Titans Go. But still, just let them do their jobs. I mean, I hate My Little Pony, but it's not to the point where I want anyone who's working on a show to commit suicide or die or anything like that, because they're just doing their jobs. They're not trying to appeal to me. They're trying to appeal to girls, like people who actually enjoy the franchise. So I'm letting them do their jobs. Like, come on, just let them do their jobs. Just let them do their jobs. They're doing this for a job. They're doing this for a living. Come on, just let them do that. Oh, and by the way, another Mega Dupe TV reference. Mega Dupe TV made very good points on this on his rant video on the Teen Titans fan base. I'll leave a re-upload in the description below if you want to check that out. Again, it's re-upload for the same reasons as the last re-upload I brought up earlier in this video. So yeah, I'll also leave that re-upload in the description below as well. Yeah, and by the way, thank you Mega Dupe TV for making me realize how overused and hypocritical the mean-spirited excuse is, and how rabid the Teen Titans fan base is. Yeah. Now, the Steven Universe fan base is pretty crazy, too. Like, come on. Like, people. Like, come on. Like, don't get people to commit suicide because they have a different opinion. They have an opinion that's different than yours, or because they work for a show or a movie or whatever that you really hate. I mean, yes, I am really biased, and yeah, it can be really annoying when people criticize stuff I love and praise stuff I hate, or like when people make a show or a movie or a product that I really don't like. But it's not to the point where I want anyone to commit suicide because of it, because that's obviously being too biased, way too biased, because I'm not that biased. I mean, sure, like, opinions can really annoy me, but at least I don't want anyone to, like, commit suicide because of, like, different opinions or being involved in a show or a movie or a product or whatever that I really hate. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the problems I have with the cartoon community. And yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts, and yeah, that's it for this video, everyone. Bye, everyone, and thanks for watching.